Good morning and welcome to day 2 of Elenum Music Online. It was so great to see so many of you yesterday and to hear all of the music that you sent me. I'm really excited by what we were able to do just on our first day of online learning, so it's going to be pretty cool to see what we can do as we get more and more comfortable doing things online like this. Shout out today goes to Ava Birch, who was the first person to respond to the question, and Brody Vanoy, who was the first person to submit a sight singing video. Nice job, guys. A lot of the questions that I received yesterday had to do with my office hours. So office hours are going to be a time that I host every single day where you can come online, get together, and ask any questions that you may have. Think of this as when I have my room open for lunch on Thursdays. This is a time where you can come into the room, you can ask me any questions that you might have, but you can also just hang out, eat lunch, chat with your friends, whatever you need for that day. So every morning I'll post the time of the office hours and I'll include the link for how to get into that hangout as well. Office hours today are going to be at 11 o'clock, just like yesterday. So I look forward to seeing you guys there. Another question that I got a lot had to do with voice types. So choir students, we're going to be doing virtual sectionals today. So our first sectional is going to be sopranos at 10 o'clock, altos you'll be at 10:15, and baritones you're at 10:30. My goal with this sectional is to help you decide which voice type fits you best, particularly for hide and seek. If you feel like you have a pretty good handle on which voice type you're going to go with, then you don't need to come to this. This is just to get you set up with determining your voice type. Now, if you have a voice who happens to be right in between the two voices, someone who's in between soprano and alto, or someone who's in between alto and baritone, feel free to come to both sessions. And that way you can try all the parts and determine which one you're most comfortable with. I'm going to let you guys decide where you feel most comfortable, and then we'll take a look at balance later. So for now, just pick whichever one fits you best. Now, today's goals are going to be building a playlist, setting up a practice journal, and practicing. Today is mostly a rehearsal day. First thing I want you to do, though, is set up a playlist, and this is going to be where you compile all of the songs you brainstormed yesterday. We've got hundreds of songs that you submitted to me yesterday, all of them ideas of music that you guys enjoy, you like listening to, and maybe you want to create your own arrangement of. I always have a playlist called Ideas, and I always have a playlist called Now Playing. These are my two playlists where I can come up with any ideas, songs that I want to go back to, maybe songs that I want to have you guys play next year. And then Now Playing is the music that I'm working on that either I'm conducting or I'm practicing so that I can listen to it all the time and consistently get better. So create your playlist. This can be on any platform that you want. You can do it on Spotify. You can do it just downloading songs onto your phone. Anything that you listen to music on a regular basis. Create a YouTube playlist. Watch all the videos as well. Whatever works for you. But make sure when you create this playlist that you listen to it often. It's a live playlist, so the minute you're bored with a song, delete it. If you're bored with it by one day, then you're not going to want to be doing this all quarter long. So add songs as you get more ideas. Take songs away as you decide, nah, I'm just not into this anymore. Keep it live, check in often, listen to it all the time. Once you've built your playlist, the next thing we're going to do is set up a practice journal. So I mentioned this a little bit yesterday. This is something that you can build in any sort of way. It's going to be a very personal thing that you create. So I like to do things by hand. I always handwrite my journal, but a lot of people prefer it digitally. This could just be a Google Doc. You could use a blog program. You can use anything that you want to help you keep track of what you're practicing. Some of you have already set this up in your binder, and if you want to continue using your binder for this, that's totally fine. First thing I want you to do before you even start creating this is watch the video below. This is an inside look into another musician's journal, and I think it's a really good way for you to get some ideas, maybe come up with how you want to set yours up. Once you've watched that video and you're ready to set up your own, whatever you have handy will work. Use whatever materials are available to you, something that will help you keep track of what you're working on. So our practice journal is going to be divided into 3 sections. So every day you're going to have something in a warm-up section, you're going to have something in a repertoire section, which is where we put all of our music, and you're going to have something in a reflection section. Lastly, and this is your assignment for today, share a photo of your journal. That could be your laptop if you're doing this digitally. It could be a handwritten journal if you have one. It can be anything that you're writing in, but we want to see what it looks like. So take a picture of it, upload it to the classroom as well. I'll show you mine too in that discussion. Now, we get to practice. So yesterday you did some sight reading. It probably wasn't as good as you wanted it to be, but the next step now is to just work on it. So I want you to listen to the reference recordings that have been included where you got your PDF downloads of your music. I want you to maybe play along. Tune, please use the tuner if you're an instrumental player. Set a metronome, whatever you need to do to make sure that you're staying in time. Write your counting in, write your notes in, write your solfege in, whatever you need to do to help you kind of make your way through this music. As you're practicing, make sure you're filling out your journal. So what did you do for warm-ups? Did you tune? I hope you tuned. Did you do the long tones from your book? Did you do scales? Did you do piano warm-ups like we do for choir? What is it that you did to warm up before you started practicing? For repertoire, what music did you work on? Did you work on the whole song? Did you work on a specific set of measures? Did you do it with a metronome? What was the music you focused on? And then for the reflection section, think back. How did it go? What went well? What needs some more work? Couple sentences is all it needs to be. And that's it for today. Create your playlist, set up your journal, and practice your music for 15 to 30 minutes. Let me know how it goes. Share a photo of your journal online. We'd love to see those. And I will see you tomorrow.